All right, so this particular chapter is about attracting the right type of people to your organization, whether they be families, whether they be players, whether they be support staff, things of that nature. We're really going to kind of dive into that, this particular chapter. One of the most important things about being successful in running your program is surrounding yourself with the right people. And that does include your customers, that does include your families that are going to be involved. So first thing I want to do is develop a framework for our perfect player. And what does that really mean? Obviously, we want to try to attract the right type of talent to our program. But really, what does that person look like? What does their body look like? How does their body move? What type of player do you relate with the most, right? I mean, if you don't relate with the type of player you're trying to attract to your program, it's going to be hard to connect with them emotionally. As we've talked about before, emotion drives action, right? So if we don't try to put ourselves in a situation where we're attracting players that we know what their issues are, we can reflect back to maybe some things we've heard or experienced that can help us with that particular player, we're going to be very, very susceptible to bringing in the wrong type of players into your organization. The next thing is, what's the perfect family, right? There's several types of families, but really the question you want to ask yourself is, what type of family is going to see value in working with you? It'll help you understand how to handle those conversations so that you can develop that framework and then act accordingly when you're meeting potential families, you're meeting potential customers for this season, next season, however it comes to you, but you're really understanding who's going to see your program and say, I want to be a part of that, or I want to work with that particular person because I really like their message. That's really what that means. Then you've got to tell your perfect story, right? What's your perfect story? And this is your, in several business books or several seminars that I've gone to, it's what they call your elevator pitch. You're stuck in an elevator with somebody you don't know and they say, what do you do? Or what program are you running? And you've got to the 20th floor to kind of sell them on who you are. So you've got to really perfect what your story is. That story will definitely drive your social media presence, will drive your branding. And a lot of times I get a lot of questions about what's branding. Well, branding is really just telling your story again and again and again. But what's your perfect story? It's going to really help attract the right type of talent to your organization if you perfect that 2.5-minute story about yourself or your program. So the last point is build your program to attract your desired people. People meaning families, staff, players, things of that nature, okay? If you're really clear on your delivery, your messaging, your branding, your website, your blogs, your social media, your conversations that you're having at networking events, you will start to speak in a certain tone, in a certain way that really lights up some people who are listening to what you're saying. It's going to start to attract relationships. You're going to start to attract certain people to that messaging. But it's got to be clear, it's got to be succinct, and it's got to be something that people can really identify with and either make a decision that that's not a fit for them or make a decision that it is a fit for them. And I will tell you that there's nothing worse than having a vision, having a program. We've done all this work that we've talked about on this online course, and you've got a few bad apples because, it really ruins things. It really slows you down. It really makes your job very, very difficult. And I've just found that if your messaging is crystal clear, we will go do this for this particular reason, with this particular type of family or type of player. This is what we're looking to do. You're still going to have some people that sometimes say one thing and really there's something else. But you want to feel comfortable that you've done everything you possibly could by conversing well, that your brand and your messaging is out there to attract the right type of people to your organization.